to kind of move them around to be really successful with them.
And no,
because this game would have been over if those Hydras would have been in the main base and if Roaches were attacking the front. Plain and simple.
yes. But at this point, I mean, Killer, he knows he has this game. I mean, he's attacking against Psystorm and Void Rays. I would just like to emphasize, I mean, he's attacking non-creep. He knows he has this game, just because of the composition that he has against what his opponent has. I mean, and that's what it comes down to thinking about, is it's not really about, it's about controlling tempo and then responding in kind if your opponent does something that's unusual, and he just sniped his own Roach. That was cool. Poor guy. Survival of the Fittest, he just got a Darwin Award. Good feedbacks. But at this point, RSVP, I think it's a pretty... well, he's actually going to be able to defend this, believe it or not. I think, maybe.
Perhaps, but he's just so far behind.
Yeah.
I think he would GG out of it anyway. It's just not worth it to stay. RSVP is going to... Here's the thing. He has to run away until he gets more Hydras on Fast Toss. Imagine if he had a Nidus Netwalk, like from his main or his natural, to that battlefield, and he wouldn't even have to run away. The Hydralisk would be instantly there, and he would be able to go attack and win. Just a little note, not like it was crucial, he was going to win anyway, but still. Sometimes winning just isn't enough, you have to just absolutely demolish them. And that's one of the ways it could have been done. Like, Hydra Roach drops with some Lings are terrifying.
Or Baneling drops in ZVP. Oh my gosh. As a Protoss main...
line?
Yes.
Jeez. Expensive, but if you kill all his drones, it's worth it.
Totally
all
worth
his
it.
Probes, it's worth it, so...
Totally worth it. And we got a Stray Queen just kind of chilling villain.
Yeah.
That is a...
Yeah.
More Hydras. Also, Hydras do very good against Immortals. It's one of the hilarious things.
Just because they attack really fast.
Yes.
So.
And they do nearly 10 damage anyway, or a little more than 10 damage anyway, so really not losing a lot of damage.
Yep.
But anyways, that is the last replay there. I love how we kept on bringing up Hydras, and the chat is going crazy. Hydra's not good! Oh my goodness. Alrighty then. At this point, I think that concludes our replays, but are there any questions about the show at this point, about either Bronze to Masters in general, about
I hope they're all
metagame on day? Yeah, because this is a really...
Theory crafting all night. I kind of want to hear some of your ideas.
Yes.
And I kind of want to test them out, because I love theory crafting and such.
Theory
also,
crafting
if you
is
guys have any suggestions for next week of what units or what strategies we should be going over or looking for in replays, we'll try to find them, but like it's not going to walk as well unless you guys send us replays.
Absolutely.
We can theory craft on these
all day,
replays all we want, but
unless we get replays, we can't do anything.
Yeah, we watched dozens of replays yesterday, and we didn't find any that had drop play in them. And we didn't find any that had hallucination play in them. But we're convinced that they will walk. So go ahead, ask questions about the show, anything like that. Also, we really want a good topic for next week. If not, I'm sure we can throw something together.
Also, I'd just like to challenge you guys, as players, to try and test out the Overlord drops and stuff for this next week. In fact, I'd like to spend half of the show next week dedicated exclusively to watching viewership replays, attempting either some form of drops or Nidus play. It doesn't necessarily have to be in the style that we talked about. Be innovative, be creative, but we want to see something work. So, are there any questions? I thought about 200 speedlings, build a ton of spores in bases with excess minerals, and lure armies back to bases. That would be quite funny to see, a 200 army of lings. Now that... It depends on his composition, but that wouldn't be necessarily terrible. It'd really depend on the enemy's composition. Now, if you forced a composition, say you forced... I don't know how you'd force Marauder with lings, but let's just say hypothetically you could. Wouldn't be terrible.
Yeah, or if you forced a Blink Stalkers, that wouldn't be terrible. Lings do a number on those, even if they do have Blink.
Yeah, and throw in 3 or 4 Infestors, and Zerglings do fantastic against Stalkers in general. But any questions about the show? I have hiccups, I'm sorry. Mass Roach into Mass Lings. That's actually a good force, because Mass Roach is going to, for instance, in ZVP, is going to force Immortals. It's going to force Stalkers. And Mass Lings then takes it care of that. Oh, Mass Roach into Mass Link, forcing the Marauder. Good call on Real Blight. Possible thing. I'm not sure how that might work at the professional level, but there's definitely a place to experiment with. So seriously, try games and send them in.
Yeah, also, Mass Roach into Mass Links, that's pretty cool. Think even more outside the box. I'm thinking of like, okay, well, I'm going to open up as Terran, and I'm going to go Standard Marine Marauder, just kind of get up to second base. Then mid-game, I'm just going to start pumping out Reapers. And then I'm going to go Reaper, Hellion, Banshee, and I'm just going to harass him to death. Like, he's never going to move out of his base, and I'm just going to keep him in there forever. And then I'm going to get 5 expansions, and then I'm going to go tanks and Marines, Marauders, just raffle stomp them. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, think completely outside the box, because I guarantee you, these units are in the game for a reason, and we want to get the most potential out of them.
Absolutely. The thing I've noticed about Bronze is that there's just no standard. If I tend to do counters, it just doesn't work because the builds are just so crazy and everywhere. A little of every tech half the time. That is very true. At the Bronze level, it becomes the metagame concept because, frankly, metagame... I don't want to say it doesn't exist, but...
It almost does.
It almost doesn't exist at that level. So creativity definitely exists in the Bronze level, but a lot of times it doesn't work.
Yeah. Snowboard, our mod, he alludes to the fact that that's why Bronze, you got to focus on production and macro. Past few days, I've been dreading much more. If Icarus, I hope that's how you pronounce your name. If have you seen both of the Bronze to Master Wednesday shows? Because
both of those are
separating everything. We're separating the first couple months on just mechanics only.
Good, tons of success, and that is exactly what we want to see because of macro. Yeah,
because Bronze to Masters is going to get you out of Bronze. Like, if you listen to what we tell you, you won't stay in Bronze. And if you do, then, I don't know, but the world must hate you, and
we're sorry.
You're unlucky, so get out of our show. But, yeah, if you, once you get out of Bronze, Silver, likes like that, then metagame really takes hold. Because people are going to start thinking, like, okay, well, I guess I have to kind of play Standard, because that's what all the pros do, and I want to be like them. But if you had this crazy strategy, like, for instance, I know this one Grandmaster Zarg that I've been practicing with quite a bit, that I had practiced with quite a bit. He had this really crazy strategy. It was really aggressive Zarg play, not so much macro. He always stayed just a little bit ahead of economy, but he always made sure that he was untouchable. So whenever I would come out with an all-in, I would try to hit him with it, see if it would walk on his defensive strategy. It never did. So he was really, really frustrating to play because he would 10 pool every game. And I'm like, how can you 10 pool? You're cheesing. He's like, no, I'm not. It's walking, and you can't do anything about it. So he's a Grandmaster Zarg player right now, and he 10 pools almost every single game. And he doesn't kill people with the 10 pool. He macros behind it, gets 5 bases, and he kills you with Broodbots. So definitely have your own style, and definitely keep up the droning, and I love to hear that you guys have had success with it.
Absolutely. Are there any other questions? I had to refresh my chat a second. I apologize about that. So if there are questions, Veritas, let me know.
Okay, I will be looking. But basically, listen, Jet-Tien. Keeping those walk gates on cooldown, definitely great. Even professional players don't do that 100% proper. Like RSVP, if you really look at that replay, you notice that he actually did quite a poor job on it, and he shouldn't have, because he's supposed to be really good.
Because he's supposed to be. We're all supposed to be really good.
Yeah. So if you guys master that, you're steps ahead. You know, all you have to really work on is the micro and all that fancy stuff. But I actually last week on Bronze to Masters, I promised I would have an outline, or a basic outline of what we are going to be doing. Let me see if I can. Yeah, I'm going to pull that up.
Do it.
And if you still catch yourself floating minerals after saturating 2 bases, as Zarg, completely saturating 2 bases, then throw down, Septiel, I believe, last week he said, for every 1,000 minerals you have, throw down an extra macro hatchery. So yeah, macro hatch is definitely the way to go. Either that or just, throw down 3 expansions. he can't kill all of them, right? You know? Like, he's bound not to find one of them. That sounds kind of goofy and, like, lucky, but if you have that much money, you can afford to take risks like that. Because if you don't take risks, you're not going to have rewards. Okay. Where is it? I want to find this. I know I have this, and I know I should have this, and I'm sorry. But we're going to be breaking down... Hey, Septiel,
What's
do you
up?
still have the basic outline for the next 2 months on Bronze to Masters? Because I kind of want to give a sneak preview to that, if we have it.
Let me see. I don't remember. Let's see, 7 days. I think it's in one of these. I think. Give me just a second here.
Oh, wait, I got it. I found
Awesome,
the original
good.
sheet of paper that I wrote it down. Okay, so kind of top 8 bronze, moving up soon. Keep it up. GG Omedius, answer his question while I get...
What's his question? I can't see it
I've been
yet.
having a lot of trouble dealing with non-forged fast expand maps for Zog. And I honestly have no idea what to do besides just die. Yeah, I have that problem too.
Yeah, with non-Forge fast expand maps, actually it's kind of funny. As a Protoss player myself, primarily a Protoss player, I don't actually Forge fast expand against Zerg. One thing that I've been trying to do, as myself, is I've been doing a lot of, it's old metagame, but it's a new twist on it, that I've been trying. It's 3-gate Expo style, which is, everyone's like, oh, that's old hat, everybody knows about that. But frankly, it's actually been pretty successful. What I tend to do is I'll go